marching for freedom and basic human rights, the very thing that Trudeau's government has taken away. So instead, the Canadian establishment is determined to keep him hidden away. The media has completely ignored this story. But we will not be tricked. James Topp has our full support, and we're very happy to have him on this program right now. So how long have you been marching?
Right, it's actually been 115 days that we've been at this. And the point of this march was a protest, but it also served as a mechanism to get the attention of members of parliament. So in Canada, we have a slightly different system of government, parliamentary democracy. In both instances where I've been affected by these mandates, I'm on leave without pay from a public service job, working for the National Police Force as a civilian. I'm in the process of being released from the Canadian Armed Forces because I object to the mandates. And I launched this protest to get the attention of the highest officers of the land, to appeal directly to them and enlighten them on the damage that's being done. And that's what this march has done and continues to do, because I have been able now to leverage a meeting with members of parliament, and the equivalent would be, a senator, and have a meeting about the effects of these mandates, and more importantly, what can be done to repair the damage that has been inflicted on Canadian society. We're still under a heavy burden of fear and alarm here in Canada, and what we have is a divided society. There are a number of folks who went along to get along. There's a number of folks who didn't, and they don't realize the ones who were made to believe that they were at risk, or they were arm twisted into taking the medical procedure, or disclosing their vaccination status at the risk of losing their paychecks or their jobs. The folks on the other side of that, they don't see the suffering that's involved here. So this is what I want to go talk to our members of parliament about. I had no real recourse to go through my chain of command with the military. In Canada, we have something called the Public Service Alliance, which is a union that is meant to represent the public services. And there was no real recourse there either. So that was one of the reasons why I did this. The ultimate goal is to have a constructive conversation with our government and find a way out of this mess that we're in and repair the damage that's been done to our society.
Yeah. Do you agree that if you were marching for some woke agenda item or some communist or Marxist initiative like transgender acceptance or homosexual pride, that this would be all over Canadian media?
It's likely.
So they've ignored you. I mean,
what I think,
how dangerous is that the media just completely ignores all of this and what it's doing to decimate the military there in Canada and as well as here in the United States and everybody virtually in the West? I mean, how dangerous is this that they're ignoring this completely? Your walk, these mandates, the damage caused by the shots, all of it.
Well, I would say that to folks who don't believe that their censorship is alive and well, you can go and do a search on Google for my name. What will likely come up is how I'm being charged under the National Defence Act here in Canada, Section 129, for misconduct is generally a good way of putting it. But that's more than likely what will pop up before you'll see anything about this march and what it entails. And and the fact that our national media, major outlets such as CBC and CTV are wholeheartedly ignoring this and will likely continue to do so until they get close enough, in which case they may turn malign and actually start to vilify us in a way. And I hope that doesn't happen, because this is a truly remarkable story in a number of different ways, in that the support for this since I started has been overwhelmingly positive. clearly there was a need for this in this country. And I just did one small thing. I went out in uniform and I announced my intention to do this march as a form of protest. And almost immediately I had folks coming and offering their assistance in this matter. And it is, to that end, I announced I would leave from the Terry Fox Memorial in Vancouver on February the 20th. And as a brief aside, I don't like to compare myself to Terry Fox. I am in no way, shape, or form. He's a much higher order of human being than I am. But in any way, it was a good landmark for us to gather around, and it has personal meaning to me. But the folks that I met there on February the 20th, I didn't know them before this started, and a lot of us, we're together here as a team on the ground, and we've been the individual holding the camera right now, Christian. We've been working together for 115 days. And if I hadn't had this team working for me, or working with me, I should say, I don't think I would have made it this far, this fast. And it's been through the support of the Canadian public. And so they're missing in on an amazing story of Canadians coming together and to help us achieve this goal of marching across the country and reestablishing not just contact with our federal government representatives, but the aim is to restore faith in our institutions, because as I've done this march, I've met folks from Vancouver to here in Ontario, and almost 4 months of this, and what I really pick up is how disenfranchised the Canadian public is with our current government and the system of government. And this is an attempt to demonstrate to them, by establishing this communication, that we still have some form of functioning democracy.
I mean, I know that you say that you're not Terry Fox and that he's a stronger human, or however you worded it. Your humility is respectable, and I appreciate that. But, in so many ways, you are absolutely a hero, because what you're doing here is you're creating the message that we are stronger. It takes a lot of strength to build a family and quite literally put your lives in one another's hands as you walk from one end of a giant landmass, the country of Canada, to the other end, to make a statement on behalf of millions and millions, potentially billions of people around this world with these mandates that are attacking and killing people. This is a completely criminal agenda, and you made the decision that you were going to take this into your hands and do that. And so we salute you. We honor that. And we do believe that you are a hero. And we're behind you 1,000%. And we're not going to let you be silenced or vilified, because it's my prediction that as you do get closer to Ottawa, what's going to happen is the media is going to start framing you and all of those who collectively join you throughout your march as a dangerous group of potentially insurrectionists that are marching on the Capitol, which is a complete lie and a total fallacy. You're standing up for freedom and individual liberty and bodily autonomy, and you are a modern day hero.
Well, I'm just doing my job.
Yeah. Well, again, the humility is on full display. When will you arrive in Ottawa?
So there's 2 dates. Initially, we had reached out to members of parliament on the 22nd of June, or to establish a date for a meeting of the 22nd of June, not knowing that we would have some challenges along the way, such as physical challenges and weather. So we're going to keep the date. However, where I will be on the 22nd of June, I will not be in Ottawa. I will drive to Ottawa on that date, have the meeting with our members of parliament, go back to where I stopped, and then continue the march until I arrive at the War Memorial in downtown Ottawa on the 30th of June.
Wow. Well, we are praying for you, and if there's anything that you need, what is it that you need from people? I mean, the message is getting out there right now. I mean, you're going to need help, more help, a lot of help. What else can people do to help to support you? Can they join you? Can they bring you hydration? I've got about a minute left here. What can people do to help you?
I would say, in order to kind of penetrate the media blockade, you're helping me right now by getting this story out internationally, and hopefully we can get it to seep back into Canada from the outside, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And if so far the outreach and the outpouring of generosity and the support I'm getting from the Canadian public has been amazing. And if they just want to continue to do that, we're going to get there, and we're going to do something positive, something constructive, and hopefully restore faith, like I said, in our institutions.
Amen. James Topp, Godspeed. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
Of course, the